Hello everyone and welcome to the visual first episode ever of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. You are watching on YouTube, so hello and thanks for tuning in. It's episode 52 and it's been a year. Lee.
It has been a year. So if you haven't listened to this podcast before, we just want to say we have a whole back catalogue of about 51 episodes that are available to listen to on your any kind of podcast provider. So Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Audio Boom, your usual podcast provider. We are there, but this is our first ever visual one. So if you love it, which we hope you do, please give us a like, subscribe. We're going to be doing this more regularly, and we're very happy to have your company. And if you love it so much, you could even leave us a comment below and let us know what you think. But only nice things, hopefully.
Yeah.
Although we kind of found it a little bit funny if you slagged us off a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, don't go too harsh on our outfits or the way we look or anything. But if you do like us, like Lee said, please comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff that you know how to do, and we'll see you in your fab life with Lauren and Lee.
But in the meantime, enjoy this episode.
Are you in the
We're recording.
Oh
It's
God,
going
my
live.
buttons are gonna come undone. We're both busting out.
Okay, and get in the zone. You just not knock the mic. Hello and welcome to this very special episode. Oh my God, this isn't an optical illusion.
No. And we're doing it to camera, which is unusual for a podcast, I feel like.
So for anyone who's listening in ears.
in your ears. That's how you listen.
That's where you usually listen.
Yeah, right.
Everything is normal, but we are actually doing a visual recording. We are in the same studio, in the same room.
That was live.
And so, if you want to listen to this, well, you might be listening to this in here, but if not, we're on YouTube. We're visual. You can watch our gorgeous faces. I'm gonna throw it out there right now. We're a little bit drunk. Okay.
I just did a peace sign for all the listeners, but to the cam, hey kids.
It's a celebration.
Oh, it is. I've got to remember to sit up as well.
I think what we should do for people who are just listening audio-wise, we should get them to imagine what's going on. Imagine this. Oh, baby girl.
That was a good Coca-Cola one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You're like, yeah, well done.
Cheers.
Oh, chin, doll. These are gins in a tin. Blur that out. We're not being paid yet.
Why not? So this is our anniversary episode.
Happy Annie, babes.
Oh, happy Annie.
Happy Annie. 52 weeks of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee.
It's been 52 years since we started this podcast.
Oh, it feels like 52 seconds. Honestly, it's gone like that.
It is a bit mental, isn't it? Because I do remember the specific time where I thought, I need to do a podcast. Who do I do a podcast with?
Yeah.
I called you up. I went, you want to do a podcast? And you went, yeah. And we did a podcast.
So weird that we're both on that wavelength. Do you know what it is, though? We did talk about this we meant to plan this session and we didn't do that. We just drank a bottle of Prosecco. But we'll come back to that. But chatting we realised, we were both in a bit of a shit time. It had been the third lockdown, Locky D. We were still in lockdown and it was Feb 2021, maybe. And you'd been having nothing in your garage. Were you in your garage, you said?
I was in my garage, yeah. I was doing a home workout in my garage.
Remember the days? And I was thinking, God, I'm so bored of lockdown now. I've drank all the drinks. I've eaten all the food. I'd like to get back to using these northern tones. So I used to do hospital radio, East London radio. I used to love to I didn't get paid for that. So I was like, I just need to do that because it was like something I love to do.
Well, she does have the voice for it, doesn't she?
Anyone want to sign me up? I don't think people would understand me. It'd have to be an advert in the Northwest. Anyway.
That's why we've got so many listeners in Japan. They understand her in Japan.
No, it's white noise to them. They just use it to go to bed because actually anyone outside of the Northwest, Londoners, a lot of London listeners, don't know what they hear. Anyway, I was thinking, Lozalog, strap yourself in. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Just, I was like, I need to reach out. Maybe I'll start a podcast. We had a little chat on the phone.
We did.
And you were like, I've been thinking I need to just, use my energy, start a podcast. So I was like, I'll do it with you. And you're like, I was thinking that. And then there it went.
Tange alert. Not tange. I feel a bit out of my comfort zone right now. Do you not? Because
I feel like we're being watched and we're sat on bar stools. Do you?
We're in a studio for people. You can see, you can watch it, but we're in a studio in Hackney. Divine place, lovely place. Studio, divine!
Love it.
And I haven't checked any of the levels. We're just kind of trusting that this is okay. So we'll see what happens, but I feel a little bit like
I need to sit
I'm not in control.
Posture.
Well,
also
look,
this blouse.
I've got a monitor down here, so you can see us down here. But you're popping out, and I'm popping out.
It's them, but
your
mine
tits.
is them. I know.
They're so big, aren't they?
Well, thank lockdown for that. He's had a bloody drink when he mentions the tits.
But what about mine? I'm trying to grow mine.
What, your boobs? I think you're massive. From last week, because we're recording this really fucking early, aren't we? Compared to when we normally
Lauren. Kids are listening. No, they're not.
We've got that cheeky E for explicit on the old Poddy C.
I keep looking at the camera like
it's going to give you something back.
Yeah,
like you're on OnlyFans.
I have thought about an OnlyFans.
Well, them tits.
Well, I just don't know.
You'd do all right.
Would I? What would
you
I
could do the
though? Because I
wholesome
can't.
at-home vids, like
Wholesome without the W.
Thank
you.
You're quick when you've had a bottle of Prozac.
Hasn't and and a espresso martini.
Oh God, it wasn't the best, that one, was it?
Well, it's because they put rum in it. Big mistake.
Oh, I thought it was tequila. Oh my God, I just spat. Is that going to be on video?
Jesus Christ, probably. I hope you're not watching in 3D, because Jesus Christ, you were just soaked.
Oh, you've not got a HD telly.
People are going to be listening right now, and be like, I need to switch to video.
God, I hope so. Or they'll be like, I definitely don't need to.
Or they'll be watching and going,
I need to turn this off.
Yeah.
I need to just mute this entirely.
But it's our anniversary. We're here.
It's the Annie.
And I just want to say that this is... we haven't missed a week. The only week we did miss... We haven't. Which was a Christmas week, over Christmas. And I think that's okay.
We missed a week over Christmas. I missed a week, but hey, I just got married.
Yeah, but we didn't miss a week.
Never.
We had a stand-in for you,
Nadia, shout out. Yeah.
Yes, Nadia Swallow, lovely. But what I was going to say is... we've done this for a whole year, and I am shocked because...
Shooketh.
Not for you. I think you're quite committed to things. I'm not. I'll go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. 3 weeks later, max, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no problem
do you know
quitting.
What? I'm a bit like that, but mine's more repressed than your outward, non-committal vibe. I think.
Right, you don't admit it as much as I do. Yeah.
I've had like a million jobs. I'm always, but I sidestep it. I also have a friend up north, Katie, shout out. She's loves a certificate. She's had a million jobs, and she'll admit it. But I'm like, I've had as many jobs as her, but I'm just under the radar. So
right. So you're a little bit in denial about it, or in disguise.
Yeah, and like I said before, I was like preaching about how I used to do hospital radio and blah blah blah. But when my lifestyle couldn't quite fit in with the thing, I was happy to let it go. But I always look back fondly. But this is just, even like my own husband, Freddie, that guy, he was like, I can't believe it's been a year. I can whisper because these mics are so good.
I can't believe it's been a year.
He was like, and I was a bit like, all right, don't be so impressed. I can commit to something for a year.
No. I was with my friend Kate the other day, and she was like, I'm so proud that you've just stuck to it. And I was like, but I would have been offended. But she was so right. Because I'm not one to... I'm like, let's try this. Oh, it's not working.
How many fads did you try in lockdown as well? Like, I was a workout guru for at least a month.
Oh, me for at least 4 seconds.
You're a workout guru all the time. No, Now we've got a video. He's just going to zoom in on himself, isn't he? Yeah, impressive guns. You're ever so tired though, aren't you?
Oh, I'm ever so tired. I've done 3 boot camps this week, Lauren. So I'm in London for the week. Can you believe it? I'm back. So it's our year anniversary. You can tell, I can tell I'm pissed. It's like I can see, I'm watching this back right now and I can...
And you're dying of death.
See how pissed I am?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this back.
You have to, because you're our producer, you do know.
Oh, well, stop it. You're fired. It's a one-man show from now on, guys.
Anyone want to just step in and be our sound mixer and producer? Because we might have to make some cuts this week.
No, this is the future, and this is always what we plan to do, but we
Especially
we
this
couldn't
lovely
because of
studio.
lockdown.
We'll be back. This was a bit of a tester, wasn't it? Like we booked it, blah blah blah, and then we were like, "Are we going to use this?" But we like that we're sat next to each other.
Well, yeah, Oh,
Often
rather
people
than
are
opposite.
in a radio studio, not a podcast studio, so they're often opposite each other, which is a bit weird. These lights are magnificent as well, aren't they?
Well, we'll see when we watch it back. I mean, you're going to look fantastic.
Well,
she's come dressed as a swan, as you can see.
I was wondering. I was like,
For the viewers, for the listeners, audio only, Lauren is in some kind of chiffon. How would we describe this?
It's 80s does 50s, I think. So
Sorry, say again. 80s
does 50s. Because the 80s love to like replicate. So the big poofy sleeve and stuff like.
You homophobe.
The big poofy sleeve on over here.
I wondered where my poofy sleeve went. For the audio people there, I don't have.
You don't
sleeve.
have to keep
I
saying
know.
Like it's not disability. Like the visually impaired.
I'm not used
We're not
to it.
signing.
I'm not used to it. Yeah, it's BSL. I'm not used to this.
PSL? Do you mean BSL?
I said BSL.
Oh, I thought you said PSL. Piss sign language. Oh, God. No. It's PSL, guys. Any road. We knew Lee was fucking pissed, right, when we got here. Lovely Sheila showed us down. She was ever so nice.
Sheila. She
set
doesn't
us
look
up.
like a Sheila, does
No,
she?
she doesn't. She was ever so nice. So.
She's lovely.
Anyway, Lee goes, we're having a look. What? He couldn't hear her because, you know, when you're going downstairs and someone's like behind you, you know, all the sound's going the other way. But you were like, sorry, what? And you were being so polite.
I couldn't hear it.
I could a bit hear it, but I was like further behind. And he goes, oh, well, we must admit we're a bit tipsy. And I'm like, don't fucking say that.
Why?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
We go back to that. You repress it, so you say.
Normally
I'm not a quitter,
I would.
But I think that's the difference with me and you. I preempt and own
failure.
So I'm the type of person that I'll walk into a room and if you've got like a little spot, I'll go, let's get the elephant out of the room, guys. The elephant being my pimple.
Oh yeah, I might do that. Do you know what I think that comes from with me is going back to office jobs, hammered, and having to like own it a bit. Or be
yeah, that's what I mean. I'll own everything.
But I won't. I'll like go. That's why I'm so good at like concealing my drunkenness. Because I'll go to the pub at lunch, like hammer a load of gin and tonics, come back. I'm not an alcoholic, by the way.
Please drink responsibly.
Honestly, these Tanquerays, drink responsibly.
And do you like this one? Because I bought you
you bought a
civil
one.
orange.
I think you're just going to slum it.
Well,
with
do you know
the
where I
gardens.
got these from? I'll tell you where I got these from.
Please tell us.
So I've got some gins and tins here, and I passed.
Sevilla.
I was in Wembley, and I passed an Amazon Fresh store. Have you been to these?
There's one in Dalston.
Have you been to it?
It's so good. I took Ben in, friend of the pod. Well, he's on episode 17.
And we're on 52. It's very slow.
You do the maths. Serious Ben there.
We're watching you, Ben. Literally now, because we're visual.
He doesn't know what YouTube is. He's about 95 in his head. I took him in one. I was like, he's going to love this. It's going to blow his mind. Because he is a bit of a granny.
Did he hate it?
I was like, come in here. I was like, I'll buy you a treat. I bought him a bag of crunchy rocks. Have you ever had them?
As in crunchies, but like little...
With chocolate, like bites.
Yeah.
The dirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've had them.
nice. They were £1 though, special off in Amazon Fresh. And he was like, what do we do? And I walked in, you scan your thing. Well, you know, you just done it. We walked straight out and he was like, and I was like, I just bought you a bag of
Well,
crunchy
that's
rocks.
how I felt. So I've never been in one before. And for anyone who doesn't know, this Amazon Fresh is a store, like Lauren just said, where you can just go in, you scan an app, you pick up what you want, and you walk out with it. You don't go to a
Did it have
checkout.
loads of stuff in?
It had a few. So I felt a little bit like... So I walked in. I thought, I've never done this before. And I started putting things in my bag and I thought, well, there must be... So at first I thought, surely I have to scan what I have. You know, like scan and shop. I didn't even have to fucking do that, Lauren. No. So I saw this staff member, I went... and I kind of like...
Did you not have Happy to Help? It's like Asda back in the day when it has a greeter.
As what?
Asda back in the day. You know when you used to have like Asda...
Tell me about... I've never heard of this. It's Asda. Is it Latin? Well, it's Latin for common.
Yeah.
No.
Watch
the
sturdy.
mic, Lauren.
No, they're sturdy.
Jesus. Oh, they're ever so sturdy.
Ever so nice. But they do have like, they may as well have
Amazon
Fresh, Happy to Help.
Yes.
Because it has like a bouncer, but who's really friendly, and they go, you've got your app. Yeah, they're like a promo person. But they're employed by...
Well, so I was a bit like walking around thinking, how do we, do this? So I went up to a staff member, and I do have this kind of weird thing where I'm kind of like watching it back in my own head, where I went up and I went, so how do they know what I'm doing? And he was
Julie
like,
Walters,
and
when you're asking.
And I could tell he was like, fucking hell, you're the 15th person to ask me this hour. And he was like, oh. And there's cameras
everywhere, and then everything's
above.
Weighted as well.
Everything's weighted. There's cameras above, so that so I thought it'll get it wrong. Got it all right.
It's so
and
clever.
When I walked out of Amazon Fresh, I was like, even though I knew I'd be charged
you feel like
for it,
you've been thieving.
I felt alive. I felt alive for the first time in a long time, and I thought I'm going to start nicking more.
Just so you can get the Amazon Fresh buzz.
I need the Amazon Fresh, the AFB. I need the Amazon Fresh buzz.
God, we all need an AFB now and then.
Don't we just?
Oh, I'm ever so gutted that you didn't get greeted on the way on the Dalston one.
No, I didn't get greeted.
Oh, in Dalston, it's like it's a bit rough, and Reading, it's ever so busy, but in that area generally. But when you go in there, it's like you go into a new world.
Well, the only thing I did think...
And there's loads of staff, which I was glad to see, actually, just sideline. Because I was like, Amazon's going to fucking take over the world. They do salons now.
Salons?
Like, taking the piss. But I was glad to see that it wasn't a staff cut thing, because there was loads of fucking staff. Because restocking all the shelves.
Oh, yeah. Well...
Because they have to keep on top of it for the weight.
Christ, I didn't realise you were on commission.
Sorry. And this podcast comes to you. It doesn't.
I wish it came to you from Amazon.
We'd
Jesus
be
Christ.
Retired.
If I had a 1% of Jeff Bezos's...
He's not there anymore, is he?
Is he not? Where's he been?
I don't think so. He stepped down as CEO. He's just like... He's divorced now, isn't he? He's got some young girlfriend he bought smell. I don't keep up with Jeff. I need to stop. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, I don't want to watch this back.
Me neither.
So I'm just going to drag this over. What the fuck is this?
Oh, my God. Okay.
What's it got in it? The Secret? Honestly, it looks like what The Secret wishes it looked like.
This is my notebook. And what do you have against it?
This looks like an unusual vagina at the top.
Well, I've never seen one, so I wouldn't know that. But I got this. I'm going to point this at the camera right now. For anyone who can't see the camera, it's a... I keep doing it. Well, I want to keep it inclusive. Yeah. But it's got... so I got this from Turkey.
Well, yeah, because it's got the
got the Turkish all-seeing eye that wards away bad spirits. Obviously doesn't work because you're still here.
Oh, savage.
Thank you.
Although, to be fair, I couldn't get in it before. It's like the Book of Spells. It was like...
I know, it wouldn't let you in. It only lets me in. Yeah. When a muggle goes to open it, it's...
You have to turn a thing and then pull it off the latch.
It's got all my... It's got all my comedy observations in there and...
Noisy nod twatted. Really good.
Oh, that was from when I worked in Lapland.
Nicked bin climbing frame.
Oh, yes, yeah, about my old neighbour.
Pea puffs.
P-Puffs. Either that was my nickname in school or I was playing a game of The Baby's Price is Right for...
Prosecco with a club card, £7.50.
Oh, yeah.
Claire Richards, guess the price of Claire Richards in this
all right.
weird Turkish
I need to explain this. Our friend Amy, friend of the pod,
yeah.
And actually, she said this to me because we always mention Amy, but we never say like who she is. And I think listeners must be like, "Who's this Amy?" Because
like,
we went to her baby
friend.
shower, but we weren't really allowed to talk about it because it was covered exclusively by OK Magazine. But she was a bit like, well, these people won't know who Amy is, so we talk about Amy like, who the fuck is Amy?
She's like Alan Carr's. Fake Veronica, is she called? Fake flatmate, you know, in stand up. She's like, but she is real.
Anyway, at her baby shower, I hosted a game of The Baby Price is Right, and
you did. So that's why.
Yeah, so I did a joke where it was a terrible joke, but I was so proud of it, and I did this joke where it was like, everyone loves it when a baby takes their first steps. But how much will it cost to receive a video message from a Steps member?
You did a really good link there.
Claire Richards, yeah, and I thought it was amazing. But her sister was like, you're going to struggle. You're this crowd's harsh. So Cameo.com, which is a website where celebrities can give you your personalised video.
I've looked into it a few times for people, but how much you remember, don't you? I've just looked. It's not a surprising amount. I don't remember, but I think it's, was it £67? 68.
I was going to say 68. I'm so annoyed I didn't say it.
I think that's dear me. But often, though, when it gets advertised to you, it's quite cheap because it wants you to click through, doesn't it, for like Insta people or whatever.
Well, people have made a fortune from there. Apparently, the guy that it was from In-Betweeners.
He's the
absolutely
highest.
Yeah.
But imagine having to be that character, though, for your whole life. I saw him at Liverpool Street once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He just looks like a normal guy.
Oh, well.
The other thing I've noticed is all these weird...
Oh,
God
for God's sake. This is like sitting with fucking Freud, Sigmund Freud next to me.
It's like loads of little smiley faces and there's loads of arrows.
That's how I doodle, yeah.
Very arrowy. Even their mouths are arrow. I bet a psychiatrist would be what you're pointing to, because all your arrows are going up, but your mouth's going down.
Well, those arrows were drawn a few years ago. I dare say now they might be pointing right down.
Going down, yeah. Really, it's like secretly you're opposite. Anyway, I won't go through it anymore, but just...
Yeah, no, thanks for going through my personal shit.
I think we had some notes in that. Anyway, what were we going to talk about?
Well, we were going to talk about, we're nearly done. Well, the thing is, we had a break in filming, which might come across in the recording, because we had a slight break where the battery died, but...
Wasn't us. Wasn't the Sevilla gin and tonic.
Shaggy, it wasn't me. Or her.
Or they, them.
Very good.
Inclusive.
We were going to talk about anniversaries, weren't we?
We were.
Well, it's our birthday.
It's our birthday / on Annie. And I was like, when we met, I was like, oh, shit. I went and got a couple of cards today. You know, I love a greeting card. And I forgot I should have got us an anniversary, like a cheesy anniversary card.
I'm glad you didn't get us one because I never got you. Well, I never got you one and I would have felt bad.
And also I said to you...
I didn't even think about getting you one. That's how bad it is.
I didn't think until...
Oh, you
we
arrived.
were talking about it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Maybe for 2 years I will.
Maybe.
Yes, Annie's like...
You love a card, though.
I love
Lauren,
a
if
card.
Lauren doesn't get a card...
I'd rather a card than anything else because, like...
It shows thought.
It shows thought, and, like, I love card shopping these days. There's loads of independent designers who do nice cards as well, so it's like, spend your nice money on a card.
Right.
So I'd rather, a card and a crap bottle of Prosecco. Don't... use
Prosecco, that is.
Not a cheap prosy. We don't use that word anymore anyway. It's sex worker. I'm inclusive, babes. Anyhow, I was gonna say anyhow.
Anyhow.
I was also gonna say anyhow, but I realised
anyhow.
It didn't work
that would have
well.
worked. No, that would have worked perfectly.
It didn't work well after
We'd
the
be
prosy
inclusive
joke.
about the prosy thing.
Oh yeah. Go back on my own good word, you know.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Anyhow.
Really good.
My value of cards dwindled slightly, and I'll tell you why. Leslie, my mother.
That's not derogatory. Name's Leslie.
Yeah. She's straight. She's called Leslie, and she worked for Hallmark cards.
She was that. I'd love that job where you go in the shops and you check the
merchandising.
I'd love that.
Would you? Why?
Yeah. I remember doing a promo once, and
I think you'd love the idea of it. I'm not sure you'd love it
because you got no boss. You just potter about, don't you?
Well, you do have a boss.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? But your boss isn't going to every Tesco that sells Hallmark cards and checking.
No.
It could be a shit show in there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, true. Yeah. But we always had cards galore, cards. That way.
Did you get free ones, or did you just get like a mad discount?
I was about to. As I was saying, we always got cards. I was thinking, ooh,
makes your mum look like a thief.
I'm not sure it was entirely legal how many cards we had.
Oh. My mum used to buy that box though.
What box?
She probably kept your mum in a job. That box of cards that had every occasion in.
Oh, really?
But you'd always... No one has...
What, like the cereals? Remember those boxes of cereals, the little mini ones where you got every single cereal?
We weren't allowed them. Because it was like, you eat two bags
treat.
In one thing, and then you always leave the healthy ones.
You always leave the bloody bran flakes, and everyone just devours the Frosties.
I know.
I love Frosties.
And my brother would just have 2 bags in one. Greedy. I was going to say a really bad word then. Greedy bastard.
You were going to say the C word, weren't you? You know what my mum once, when I was younger, someone told me that a see you next Tuesday was a baby fox. And
what? Who did this?
They were like, oh, that's a baby fox. It means a baby fox. So I walked into my garden once, and I remember my mum was putting the washing up, and I was like, oh, Mum, I've just seen a cunt. And I don't know if she was relieved, to be honest, or shocked.
But you'd just finally got it out of your system.
Thank Christ.
Oh, she's like, thank God, I knew it was brewing.
I'm going to have to bleep that out, aren't I?
No.
No,
I think when you've got the E, it can mean anything. Also, I remember watching this episode of Alan Carr's chat show. Who was on it? It could have been like someone from Sex and the City or whatever. And they were like...
But there were complaints about that.
No, but they were like...
They dropped the C-bomb.
Oh, we're on Channel 4, aren't we? And they go... And Alan Carr goes, yeah, we're on UK telly. You can say whatever you want. It's gone. And also, they're really late. Like, Graham Norton and Alan Carr, like, really late at night.
Oh, the BBC wouldn't allow it. Not the British Broadcasting Corporation.
You were like, association. The BBA.
The BBA.
Oh, anyhow.
I don't know how long we've done.
I don't. We've done... Oh, no, I think we're on the half an hour mark. I'm so conscious of my double chin from lockdown.
Oh, God, honestly. This is what happens, because when we just record audio, we can just sit there slobbing away.
People have seen me in my beanie. So I'm trying to keep warm.
Well, I'm
in the winter.
Agony, because I've done... We talked about this, didn't we, Barry's Boot Camp? But I feel very achy. But do you know what it is? I've decided, and this is going to be my anniversary resolution.
Oh, we can set a new one. Lunar New Year. Year of the Tiger, babes. We are the Frosties.
Is it the Year of the Tiger?
Yeah, we're year of the Frosties. It's fine.
Is it?
We're Tony, yeah.
Oh, how do you know that? Oh, is it Chinese New Year?
Yeah, but it's called Lunar New Year as well. Because people love, like, the moon and that these days.
Yeah, they love it.
It's all back on trend, all that bloody horoscope shite, isn't it?
Mercury and Lucasade and all that stuff.
When I was getting my herd on the other day, right?
For anyone listening, that's hair.
I was getting my herd on. It's been dyed.
Herd on.
Them roots, fresh as a daisy. My hairdresser listens to the pod as well.
Oh, well, I've got something to talk about hair, but you go on.
Oh, well, just an overheard in the hairdresser kind of.
Overheard.
That's the worst sentence anyone from Hairdoc could say. Overheard in the hairdresser.
Anyone from Hairdoc can say overheard in the hairdresser when I heard.
I still can't do it.
No, I can't. Go on.
The other hairdresser on that floor, great guy, you know, he was loving it.
Connor?
No, Connor's doing my hair.
Friend
Norman's
of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Big friend of the pod.
FOTP.
struggled there, didn't you?
Took me a while.
Yeah, friend of the pod. The other hairdresser, Norman, he was doing another woman's hair, and they were talking about something, maybe her pet, like a cat or a dog, and she was like, oh, it's such a body's birthday coming up. And they were like, oh, what's the star sign? And they started to talk about the star sign of a pet.
Oh, for God's sake.
And I was like, come on now.
We're all tired.
We're all tired. And I was just like, I can't abide this.
And what was the pet star sign?
It was a Gemini. It was a Gemini. And that, I remember
Jesus.
that. Only because it was on the cusp, and I'm a Cancer, and everyone I know, you're a Cancerian, as you say.
Was it a it was a
Gemini.
What was the pet?
Animal.
Was it chameleon?
I don't know, because
if it was a chameleon, it was a Gemini. It's like, it doesn't know what it is.
Well, she
One or
made
the
some
other.
joke about, it being all sweetness and light, and then it can switch.
Oh, I'm sure she had the floor laughing.
I think it might have been a cat, because they're a bit savage like that, aren't they?
But what I want to know is, are cat traits of a star sign the same as human traits? Because,
We'd have to ask a vet.
We would. We'd have to ask a pet vet. But we don't want to, because we don't care enough, do we?
No,
You've moved on to your water.
Oh, I'm just having a little
You're worried.
hydrate. God.
Are we smashed? We're smashed.
Hey, I'm running a bit dry as well, so I'm just trying to long out that last little sip.
Oh, shit.
Are you running dry?
No.
Oh, God, I've been
As,
gulping.
I'm not as desperate as you are. I'm joking, I am. I'm like, she was 5 minutes late today, and I was like, didn't you help someone?
I helped a little girl with the glasses.
Tell the story.
So, right, I set off late, because, hey, that's what I do. It's like...
All right, so that's why you were late. You set off late.
Well, I'll tell you for why, right? I know the walk quite well to Mer Street Market, but it's normally a bit further. And it normally takes me an hour, but that's an extra 20 minutes from where we were. So I was like, oh, I'm fine. I was like, so once I knew I was flying, oh, Jesus Christ. Once I knew I was fine, I was like, you slow down, don't you, getting ready? So you're like, oh, just put my coat on, button all my buttons. Where if you're in a rush, you're like, da-da-da. Anyway, whatever. So I'm walking, and I was going to be about 7 minutes late, and then this little girl crossing the road, she was pegging it on by herself, her glasses come flying out the backpack. Oh, God, love her. Anyway,
bitch.
And I was like listening to the Bottomless Brunch playlist on Spotify. Get on that. It's like guaranteed to lift your mood. And I was like, went into a little bushel, because she was on the zebra crossing, there's a little bush on the concrete.
Oh, my God, it's a bushel and a speck.
A bushel and a speck.
Spectacles, glasses.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Not that drunk, Jesus.
I thought that was good.
Anyway, it was a hefty...
Anyway.
It was a hefty old case. I reckon she must be, like, to see the board. It was a heavy glass in the... And I was like, excuse me? Yeah, blind as a bat. God love her. That's why she was pegging it home. She was, like, trying to see in front of her. I was, like, shouting her. She didn't hear me. This other woman was shouting her. And then she
didn't hear you either. Jesus, she was blind, deaf and dumb.
There's a charity. Anyway, she was, like...
A Labrador came running up. Where have you been, bitch?
Been needing you for years. Thank God someone sponsored you. Anyhow, she was so sweet and grateful. Honestly, she was
you let her find her way home.
She was probably about 9 or 10, and she was like,
"Oh my God, she was 9 or 10."
She was like,
I wish you'd have told me this before I took the piss out of her.
No, she's from primary school. The primary school had just let out. Oh God, she was so sweet. She was like, "Thank you. No, seriously, thank you so much." Because another woman pushing a pram was like, had to get her attention, because I was really like, I'm not going to run here. Do you know what I mean? I was like, holding, I just picked up off the floor, my bag had fallen down my arm. I was like, yeah. Anyway, she come running back, and she was like, thanks. So I walked with her for like, about 5 seconds. And then I was like, you were running, and I
5 seconds.
It was that awkward thing when you say bye to someone, and then you both walk
they're
in
walking
the
at the
same
same pace as you are, at the same direction.
But they're a small child, so you don't want to be walking them for that long.
No.
Yeah. But she was so grateful, because I realised she thanked me about 3 times. And I think the heft of them glasses, they cost their parents a lot, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, God love her. Cheers to her.
Cheers to her. What was the name? Did you catch it?
Oh, no. I didn't go that far, did I? Then you look like a weirdo.
Absolutely
What's
not.
your name? Here's your glasses. I love how Lee's like, Looking at the camera for the listeners.
No, I keep turning. Screw the listeners. It's all about the watchers these days. Watchers, viewers.
Okay. I've got some Rennie in my bag.
Anyway, well, I've got a mirror with my hair, and we're going to finish this shortly. But
with a hurry story, please. Let's finish with that.
My hairdresser, that was meant to have my hair cut yesterday, ready for this pod. It wasn't intentional, but I thought, it'll be ready for the podcast. I'll look good, blah, blah, blah. He was ill. That's fine. It happens to the best of us.
Oh, God, it's the worst.
Not during
you're a freelancer.
So, it got rescheduled tomorrow. I've just had a phone call. He's got posy. He's posy for cosy.
Oh, he's posy for the cosy.
So,
did you think that was coming a little bit, though?
A little bit. I was a bit like, oh God, I hope it's not posy for cosy. And she rang me today, and she was like, "Listen, it's posy for cosy." She didn't say posy for cosy. She said it's tested positive.
She was like very formal. She was like, "It's actually
I was
tested."
like, "Oh, it's catching on, not the virus." Posy for cosy, and
it's clearly very catchable though.
She was like, I haven't had my hair cut for 8 weeks. And it actually looks okay. It's no. It's because he's a fantastic hairdresser.
Knows what he's
it's
doing.
Vidal Sassoon, darling.
Vidal.
Anyway, so I've had to make the terrible choice, and Ryan is actually a friend of the pod. He listens to the podcast.
Hey, Ryan.
And he knows this. I've had to tell him I'm having to cheat on him tomorrow. I'm going to a different hairdresser. I've got no other choice, Lauren.
That both of our hairdressers are friends of the pod.
I know, but I've got no other choice.
So who are you going to? Do we dare say? Is it allowed?
She's called Jerry.
It's a woman called Jerry?
Yeah, she was in the Spice Girls, apparently.
It's a woman out of Succession.
Yeah. No, I wasn't going to, and then I was like, I might be in London in a few weeks. And I thought, a few weeks could be 4, that could be 12 weeks. It's like lockdown again. I look like fucking...
It's never going to be locked down again, though.
No. But what I mean is, when I was in lockdown, I had really long hair. Yeah. So anyway, I'm cheating on my hairdresser tomorrow. I feel nervous about it. I feel sick. I feel drunk. I feel alive.
Like I'm living on the edge of glory. Is it in the same salon though?
Yes, it's the same salon. Fine. So he gets it.
You're not cheating on him with his best friend. No. You're just like cheating.
Yeah, it's not like
holiday. It's like you've gone on holiday and you're cheating on him.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm not saying that's allowed.
It's like you've booked a holiday with your friend and then they can't come, but you're going on holiday anyway.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you're in an orgy and you want to have... And then you just fall on someone's cock.
Does Leslie listen to this?
I hope not.
Hey, Carl does. Carl's our biggest fan.
He does.
Carl, so
I will point out, I've never been in an orgy.
No, he wishes he has.
People are like, if you have a threesome, I'm like, I better get a twosome.
Onesomes all day if I can be asked, honestly.
Jesus Christ, no, my hand is exhausted.
That's why he's so tight, guys, honestly. Not Barry's boot camp, it's all... Sorry, gone too lowbrow, haven't I?
Anyway, happy anniversary. I can't wait to say this. We're going to say it to camera. We're going to finish the episode.
Okay.
So,
let me just make sure all my buttons are
This is an anniversary episode. I'm so sorry if we come across a little bit drunk. We sound a little bit drunk. We don't even know how this sounds. This could be terrible. This could be unusable.
Well, it's a podcast studio. It's been used by many others before us.
It's organic.
I feel like it's so organic.
Yeah. And you know what? This is us. And we are grateful that you've spent the last year with us. And we're looking forward to the next year. Visuals, audios, whatever. We're going to do this as much as we can when I'm around. And once I'm back in London, we're going to do it more and more.
We are. Let us know what you want to hear about. Because obviously you're getting to know me and Lee. And we do go off on a tangent. So if you've got a subject that you want to know about, DM us. Or when it's visual... comment on the old YouTube channel and we'll try and cover it as best as we can before going off on a tangent.
But you've been listening to
Fab Life
with Lauren and Lee.
Awful. So many tunes.
So many.
I
need a wee.
Do you? Do you want to quickly pee and then we'll...
Thank you so much for watching YouTube. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, leave us a comment, give us a little thumbs up, and we hope to see you next time on Fab Life
with Lauren and Lee.